Do you believe that starting to forget names, appointments, or even the reason you entered a room is something natural with age? Many people think so, and for a long time I believed it too. Until I discovered something that completely changed the way I see brain aging. A method of just 60 seconds that is helping men and women over 70, 80, and even 90 years old think more clearly than many adults in their 30s. It's not a magic formula or an expensive medicine. It doesn't require hours of mental exercises or difficult activities to follow. It's a small routine, done at home, sitting in a chair, effortlessly, that activates areas of the brain that we usually leave asleep over the years. A sequence of 5 simple movements that stimulate memory, concentration, balance, and mental clarity. And the best part, when combined, they form a complete routine that takes just 1 minute a day. But before explaining how it works, stop for a moment and think. Have you ever entered a room and suddenly forgotten why you went there? Have you ever stood still trying to remember the name of someone you've known for years? Or had that feeling that the words are in your mind, but you can't bring them out? These memory lapses don't happen by chance. They are signs that certain connections in your brain are weakening due to lack of use. Many people believe that memory loss happens all at once, as if one day they wake up and realize they can no longer remember names, dates, or simple tasks. But in reality, the decline is silent, gradual, and often imperceptible at first. It starts with small difficulties that accumulate over time. Gradually, the hippocampus, responsible for storing memories, slows down. The cerebellum, which takes care of coordination and balance, loses efficiency. Blood flow to the brain decreases. It's like a plant that, without enough water, begins to wilt slowly. The good news is that, just like a plant blooms again with the right care, the brain can be reactivated with specific stimuli. And you don't need to spend hours every day to do it. Just 1 minute of targeted exercises can already generate changes. The first movement may seem strange at first glance because it starts with the feet. You might be wondering, what does moving your toes have to do with memory? The answer lies in the direct connection between the toes and the cerebellum, one of the most important regions of the brain. This neurological connection makes consciously moving your toes stimulate areas related to balance, coordination, and attention. Here's how to do it. Sit in a comfortable chair, keep your spine straight and your shoulders relaxed. Lift the toes of both feet at the same time and hold for 5 seconds. Then lower them and press them against the floor for another 5 seconds. Next, massage the floor with your toe tips for 10 seconds, as if you were kneading the surface. Finally, open and close your toes consciously for another 10 seconds. This sequence lasts 30 seconds, and by repeating it twice, you complete 1 minute of neurological stimulation. The results, even if they seem simple, are real and have already been observed in studies. Research shows that elderly people who practiced this exercise daily for a few weeks improved balance, reduced the risk of falls, and achieved greater mental clarity. This happens because the movement reactivates neural connections that were asleep, as if turning on lights in areas of the brain that were off. You don't need a gym, special clothes, or any equipment. You can start right now, sitting down, and feel the difference in a short time. Many times, reactivating the mind starts exactly where you least expect it, from your feet. By the way, if this content is helping you see new possibilities for taking care of your mind, leave a comment saying which part you found most interesting so far. This exchange of experiences can inspire other people to take the first step. If the first exercise works directly on the cerebellum and balance, the second targets something equally crucial to keeping the mind alert: the circulation of blood and oxygen to the brain. Few people realize that one of the most common causes of that slow mind feeling, jumbled thoughts, or constant mental fatigue is precisely insufficient blood flow to nourish brain cells. The brain is demanding. It represents only about 2% of the body's weight, but consumes approximately 20% of all the oxygen we breathe. This means that any reduction in this supply immediately affects our ability to think, remember, and reason. And there's a key point along this path: the neck. The neck functions as a vital corridor. Important arteries, such as the carotids and vertebral arteries, pass through it, carrying oxygen and nutrient-rich blood directly to the brain. But this corridor can narrow, not inside the arteries, but due to muscle tension around them. Poor posture, long periods of sitting, staring at a phone or computer screen, and even accumulated stress can make the neck muscles stiff. And when these muscles are tense, they can compress and hinder blood flow, like a bent garden hose that lets water trickle through. This is why a simple, gentle neck movement can make such a difference. It not only relaxes the muscles but literally clears the way for more blood and oxygen to reach the brain, reactivating areas that were running on low power. The exercise is simple but should be done with care and attention. Sit in a comfortable chair, keep your back straight, and your shoulders relaxed. Slowly turn your head to the right as far as is comfortable without forcing it. Hold for a few seconds, feeling a gentle stretch. Return to the center and repeat to the left. Then tilt your chin slightly upward, as if trying to look at the sky, and hold for a few seconds. Finally, lower your head slowly, bringing your chin toward your chest to stretch the back of your neck. This entire sequence takes about 30 seconds, and repeating it twice adds up to 1 minute of circulatory stimulation for the brain. It may seem short, but its effects can be surprisingly noticeable. People who adopted this habit reported not only greater mental clarity but also fewer headaches, less dizziness, and even more physical energy throughout the day. Why does this happen? Because by improving circulation, you also increase the delivery of nutrients and oxygen to brain cells. And a well-nourished brain works more efficiently, like an engine fueled with high-quality fuel. But beware, this is not about moving the neck quickly as if doing a random warm-up. The secret lies in mindful movement. Pay attention to each turn, each stretch, feeling the muscles relax and the flow increase. This body-mind connection enhances the results. This exercise also has a powerful preventive effect. Small, repeated failures in brain circulation over time are linked to an increased risk of memory problems and even more serious conditions. By incorporating this movement into your routine, you're not only caring for the present but also protecting your brain health for years to come. Now imagine combining this exercise with the first one. While the toes activate the cerebellum and coordination, the neck movement ensures the brain receives more fuel to operate. It's like turning on a light while opening the curtains to let the sunlight in. The whole room brightens. And by the way, take this moment to leave a comment saying whether you ever thought a simple neck movement could have such an impact on your mind. This interaction helps spread this knowledge to more people and may inspire someone in need of more mental clarity in their daily life. If up to now we've seen how to stimulate the cerebellum and improve cerebral circulation, now let's talk about two areas that often go unnoticed when we think about memory and mental clarity: the tongue and the ears. It may sound curious, but these two parts of the body have direct and powerful connections to the brain, and activating them correctly can produce almost immediate results. The third exercise in the routine is conscious tongue movement. And you might be wondering, what does the tongue have to do with memory? The answer is simple: much more than it seems. The tongue is one of the most agile and complex muscles in the human body. It's full of nerve endings that connect to brain areas related to speech control, verbal comprehension, and the retrieval of words and information. When we move the tongue intentionally and specifically, we send a powerful signal to the brain, activating regions that were underused. It's like an internal warm-up for important cognitive functions, helping improve speech fluency, thought organization, and even the ability to recall names, phrases, and facts. The exercise is very simple. Sit with your spine straight and your mouth slightly open. Stick out your tongue as far as you can and hold that position for a few seconds. Then move it to the right, as if trying to touch the inside of your cheek, and hold. Next, do the same to the left. Then press your tongue against the roof of your mouth, alternating between pressing and relaxing. Finally, make circles with your tongue inside your mouth, first in one direction and then the other. This sequence takes about 30 seconds, and by repeating it twice, you complete 1 minute of stimulation. The benefits go beyond speech and memory. This movement also improves fine motor coordination of the mouth, which is essential for those who feel their words sometimes get stuck when speaking. It also activates areas linked to mental agility, helping with clarity of thought. Now for the fourth exercise, the gentle yet powerful ear massage. It's amazing to think that a simple ear, often considered only an auditory organ, contains essential structures for balance and spatial orientation. Inside it is the vestibular system, responsible for informing the brain about the body's position and movement. Additionally, the ears have direct nerve connections to the brainstem, a region that regulates alertness and mental stability. When this area is stimulated correctly, notable changes occur. Improved coordination, reduced dizziness, more attention, and even a sense of a lighter, clearer mind. In some cases, people who experienced mild imbalance when walking reported significant improvement after a few weeks of doing this massage regularly. The exercise consists of sitting relaxed, holding your ears with your hands, and first pulling them gently upward, holding for a few seconds. Then pull them to the sides, again gently, and then downward. To finish, make small circular movements with your fingers over the entire outer part of the ear. In just 30 seconds, you can feel the area warm up, the face relax, and the mind open. By repeating it twice a day, the benefits accumulate. Research shows that this stimulation improves vestibular system function and the brain's ability to process auditory information, two factors directly linked to preventing falls and maintaining mental clarity over the years. What's most interesting is that, like the other exercises, it can be done at any time of day, without effort and without equipment. And even if you don't have symptoms of imbalance or mental fog, doing it preventively helps keep neural connections active and ensures that body and mind continue working in harmony. In fact, if you feel these exercises could help someone you know, share this information. Often, what seems simple to us may be the very solution someone has been seeking for a long time to regain safety and clarity in daily life. Now that you know each exercise individually, it's time to understand how to combine them into a single, complete sequence. And here's the most powerful point. When different areas of the brain are activated at the same time, the connection between them strengthens, circulation improves, and the entire mind lights up. It's like having excellent musicians playing alone. Each one is good, but when they come together, the music gains strength, harmony, and impact. This integrated 1-minute routine can be done while seated, effortlessly, and without any equipment. It starts with your toes. Lift and lower them while gently moving your neck from side to side. Then, open and close your toes while moving your neck up and down. Next, add tongue movement. Extend it outward while gently pulling your ears upward. Move your tongue to the sides while pulling your ears sideways. Press your tongue against the roof of your mouth while pulling your ears downward. And finally, make circles with your tongue inside your mouth while massaging your ears in circular motions. All of this is done calmly, without rushing, feeling each movement. In just 60 seconds, you will have activated brain areas linked to memory, coordination, mental clarity, and balance. People who followed this sequence daily for 3 weeks reported improvements not only in mental agility but also in confidence when walking, conversing, and even recalling details they thought had been forgotten for years. But there's a way to make these results even faster and more intense. There are 3 simple secrets that can multiply the effects of this routine. Hydration before the exercise. The brain is made up of about 80% water, and when it's dehydrated, its functions decrease. Drinking a glass of water a few minutes before starting the movements ensures that neural connections work at their peak. It's the difference between a river flowing freely and a dry stream. Deep breathing during movements. Inhale slowly through your nose, feeling the air fill your lungs, and exhale gently through your mouth while performing the exercises. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing tension, improving brain oxygenation, and increasing focus. It's like opening the windows of a room and letting fresh air in. Soft music to stimulate the brain. Listening to relaxing sounds, such as piano, guitar, or nature sounds, while doing the movements activates areas linked to motivation, pleasure, and memory. This transforms a simple minute of exercises into a pleasant, anticipated moment of your day. On the other hand, it's important to know the 3 most common mistakes that can compromise results. Mistake 1. Doing it too fast. When you rush, you don't give your brain time to process each movement. It's like trying to read a book while flipping through the pages without looking. Mistake 2. Forcing until it hurts. It's unnecessary and can even be harmful. These exercises work through gentle, conscious stimulation, not extreme effort. Mistake 3. Lack of consistency. Doing it once and then quitting will not bring lasting results. The brain needs repetition to create and strengthen new connections. It's daily practice, even if short, that produces real changes. By incorporating this 1-minute routine into your life, you're not just taking care of your memory. You're sending your body the message that it can still evolve, that your mind can remain active and clear regardless of age. Whether you're 60, 70, 80, or older, your brain can still learn, renew itself, and surprise you. Perhaps, while listening to this explanation, you felt something. A slight tingling in your feet, relaxation in your neck, or even a different clarity in your thoughts. That's no coincidence. It's your brain responding to the stimulus. If you decide to put this into practice, mark today's date and, 3 weeks from now, observe the changes. It could be remembering an old phone number, walking more steadily, or noticing that conversations flow more easily. And when that happens, share your experience in the comments. Your story could be the encouragement someone else needs to take the first step. And remember, it's not expensive medicine, it's not cutting-edge technology. It's just you, your body, and 1 minute of your day. 1 minute that can give you back years of mental youth.